College SportsCast. I'm Brad, and we are presented by the Fanboys. All right, guys. It's Brad back with College SportsCast, and we're bringing you our Thursday night game day pick'em show. If you were with us on Tuesday night, I did mention that the NFL mock draft thing might be tonight. He's been under the weather this week. That's all I'll say. And he's just not feeling quite up to par yet. So whenever things get all lined out and we can get it all worked out and aligned, why we will air our NFL 2-round mock draft. We are looking forward to that. So, but I have John Roberts with me tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. And Jason just messaged me a few minutes ago and said that he's in a power outage. There's been some storms. We've had some too here in Kentucky. So there's been some storms across the South. And he said they're in a power outage. So it looks like for the time being, it'll just be John and I. So we are going to be doing the game day pick'ems like we normally do. And this is the first week of March and the final week of the regular season of college basketball. There is a few conference tournaments, some of the smaller conferences already going on. There is 4 conference tournaments that will the champions will be crowned by the end of Sunday. So I will get to those as well. And then John and I will win some baseball. This might be what he's looking at now.
It is exactly what I'm looking at right now.
I kind of figured it was.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, we're doing game day pick'ems. Let me go find some baseball ones."
Yeah, I kind of figured it might have been. We kind of threw this together because we were kind of expecting to do the NFL mock draft show, but he's been a little under the weather this week, so we are going to be doing something a little different. And I just thought we normally do our game day pick'em shows on Thursday, so we're going to do a game day pick'em. Seemed like it would make sense to me. So,
yeah.
We're going to start out with the SEC. There is a few games in the SEC on Saturday, in the final Saturday of the regular season. There's some pretty good matchups in the SEC. We're going to start with UK at Arkansas. Both of these teams are coming off of losses. Arkansas got beat almost 20, I think, by Tennessee in a game. Tennessee lost their point guard and Tennessee won by almost 20. And then UK lost their point guard in the second half and got beat by Vandy. So what do you think? Where are you thinking on UK versus Arkansas on Saturday?
UK and Arkansas on Saturday. I'm going to go with UK's heating up, and UK is going to win this one.
You know, I wished I could agree with you on this, and I probably will, just because I'm a UK fan, of course. But God,
come on, you can do it. I know you can.
Arkansas handled Kentucky pretty well at Rupp, okay, about a month ago. And now they got to go and play at Arkansas. And they got Nick Smith back.
Yeah.
And Kentucky might be without Case and Wallace. I'm not sure yet. So here's my pick. If Case and Wallace plays and Kentucky is mostly whole because Wheeler's been out, if Case and Wallace plays and we have a reliable point guard, then I'm picking Kentucky. If Case and Wallace doesn't play, I'm picking Arkansas. And as bad as I hate to say it, if Case and Wallace doesn't play, I've got to pick Arkansas. And I don't know. And I hate to say it. Hang on. Case and Wallace doesn't.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I pulled it up and it's playing, so I had to turn it down.
Yeah, you did.
It was my voice. It was on the thing.
Yeah, that was you doing that.
Yeah, it was me. I was trying to copy this to put it in a couple of groups, and I forgot that the volume was up. It was me. Sorry. All right, so I got the volume turned down now. So that's where I'm going, and I don't know exactly where Case Wallace, if he's going to play or not. So that's where I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
And then the next game in the SEC that we're going to talk about is Alabama goes to College Station and plays Texas A&M.
It would have been so much better had Auburn won last night for this one to be the who wins the SEC.
It would have. Yeah, I agree.
Now there's no drama. No more drama.
Yeah, I agree with you. It would have been a stellar game. It still is a stellar game, but Alabama's already wrapped up the number 1 overall seed in the regular season in the SEC. So, but it still is at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
What do you think in this one?
In this one, I think, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just say Bama wins this one, even though I have a feeling, a sneaky suspicion that this thing ends up maybe being a loss for Bama, but I'm going to just call it a win.
You know, Bama, if they win this, they'll be 17-1. They don't have the 1 mark on them through the SEC. The SEC's been pretty rough for most teams, although A&M has only lost 3. So,
Right.
They're sitting 14-3. They could be 15-3, and Alabama be 16-2 if they win. And it's in College Station. I want to pick Texas A&M so bad in this game. I really do.
Go for it. Go for it.
I really do.
Do it.
Alabama's had a few close calls. I don't know how Auburn let them come back last night.
That's easy. They went cold, like they do in every game. So it's not very hard. They went cold. They had some turnovers. Point guard started playing, not
but they
great.
had like 10, 12, 14-point lead at one time.
17.
17? Okay.
17-point lead.
I guess. Okay. I'm just going to call it. I'm going to go Alabama as much as I want to pick Texas A&M in this game. It's a hard one. Like I really wanted to pick Texas. If I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. And then the next one, of course, is going to be Tennessee at Auburn. Auburn blew an absolute stellar chance last night to get a major, major victory. I don't think it hurt them to let the game slip away. as far as their
No, I mean they
spot.
went to overtime on the road with the what could possibly be the number 1 seed
Right.
overall.
Right. So I don't think it
like,
actually probably helped them.
their net probably went up.
Yeah, I mean, it
but
probably helped them a little bit, probably.
yeah, I mean, but still at the
Tennessee
same time,
on Saturday, Tennessee lost their point guard, or not Saturday,
correct,
on Tuesday.
right,
Tuesday, Tennessee
yes,
lost their point guard.
and then still won by a lot.
Yeah, they did.
So
They
don't know what
did.
that means.
So, but he won't be playing. He's out with an ACL, so he will not be playing against Auburn. I know that. So what do you think on that? Does that give Auburn a chance at home against Tennessee?
Chance at home, but God, with the way Auburn shoots, I mean, they could be on fire in the first half and still lose the game. So that's the thing, is if they have that 10-minute or that 8-minute drought or whatever it is, however length of time they get that drought, then they're done. Game's over. They're losing because they're probably not going to have that drought and be able to hold on enough against Tennessee. And I mean, I know that Tennessee doesn't have an offensive, like just not a great offensive team, but it's still just.
They're going to have to move vet point guard, and that just kills them.
Yeah, but God, I mean,
Vescovi's their shooting guard that sits out there off the wing and can drill shots. But they're going to have to move him to their point guard.
yeah, but it's okay. He can just dribble, drive, and kick to somebody else. And then at the same time, I mean, Johnny Broom will get into foul trouble because for whatever reason nobody else ever fouls Johnny Broom, but he always seems to get into foul trouble. Whether he actually fouls people or doesn't, it doesn't matter. Just nobody else on the other team seemed to foul Auburn, so we'll just go ahead and say that Johnny Broom is going to have at least 4 fouls in the game. And with that being said, Caldwell will have to have a lot of minutes. He will also have 4 fouls in the game. And yeah, it's going to be bad. I'm going to say Tennessee wins, and it's going to be like by 2. It's going to be stupid.
Man, if that's true, that'll be two heartbreakers this week.
It'll be stupid, and the game will be not in the 40s like it was in the first matchup at Tennessee. It'll be like 56 to 54. That's what it's going to be. It'll be just a dumb game, and that's how it works.
I hear you. This is Jay, Greenville Sports Media, that's with us saying Rick Barnes is going to be the difference.
I should have worn my Greenville Drive baseball shirt. I've got one of those.
He's got a couple of beers up there for us.
Yeah, it's IPA day, man. It's IPA day.
John might be drinking one. I'm not sure.
I already had it.
Yeah.
Already did.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of figured that.
But right now it's Dr. Pepper. So
so you're going to see. I'm going to pick Auburn at home in this. With Ziegler hurt, Vescovi moving to point, Tennessee usually, whenever Vescovi has had to move to point a couple of times this year, I feel like they've struggled offensively. Auburn does too, but it's at home. I'm going to give the edge to Auburn, and I'll pick that. So, with them being out, it's a hard game to pick. But and then one of the big games of the day on Saturday is Kansas is going to Texas. Number 3 Kansas is playing number 9 Texas
Kansas.
at Texas. This game could decide the Big 12 because Texas is 1 loss behind them. And I'm thinking that Texas beat them early in the season. That's one of their 4 losses in conference, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that this game will decide the Big 12, the regular season. I'm pretty sure that's right.
One can only assume. I'm going to go Kansas. Rock Chalk. Jayhawk.
You know I hate that. That's why you do
KU.
it.
Rock Chalk.
You know I hate that.
Yeah, boy.
You just for that, I'm going Texas. I ain't even going to explain it. It's at home, and I'm going Texas.
Well, everything's bigger in Texas, including the losses.
Just for that,
the
right
L's
there
are
alone.
just as big.
Yeah. God. You know I hate that.
Do I?
I know you. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you know that. All right. The next game we're going with is we're going to the AC. This is a game. They're both in the top 25, but Pitt this week has been listed as one of the last 4 teams in. Okay? Pitt is number 25, I think, and Miami is 16. The winner of this game has a chance to win the ACC. They'll be in a tie possibly with Virginia, and I'm not sure how that tiebreaker works out. Jay might know if he's on with us. He's an ACC guy. But it's at Miami, and this is a game that tied the ACC, and it also is a bubble watch game for Pitt. So
I'm going to go.
wait. They said that made him throw up.
Yes. We're going to go Pitt charging the super weapon. That's what we're going with. Charging the super weapon. Charging.
All right. Gosh, Miami last week at home blew a 25 or 26 point lead to Florida State, who was 8-20, and this was at home. So, I mean, what you're going to get out of the ACC? I mean, honestly, just you can flip a quarter, and because that's about what chance you're going to get. Yep. I'm going to go Miami at home, but like I said, they just blew a home win over with a terrible team last week. So
the proper pronunciation is terrible. Terrible.
It is terrible. Terrible. That's terrible.
Terrible. Terrible. It's with the T with a U. Terrible.
Terrible. Yeah. All right. So we got through that game. The next game is a pretty big game on Saturday, and that's number 8 Arizona plays at number 4 UCLA.
UCLA. That's my
UCLA,
take.
I'm pretty sure, has already won the Pac-12. They have a better record. This game's not going to matter.
Yeah.
It's at Poly Pavilion. I'm sure Bill Walton's going to be there. I'm almost positive
Yeah,
of it.
him and I don't know the space between.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm going to go UCLA in this game as well. I think that's a pretty good pick in this game. I would, yeah, have to go with that. And then we're going to go
right.
to the Big East. I've got UConn, number 14, UConn is playing at Villanova. Villanova still in hopes of some chance of getting into the tournament. They have won like 5 of 6, beat a couple of really good Big East teams, beat one on Saturday this past week, and now they get UConn at home at the end of the season here, last regular game of the season, and if they win this and can go into the tournament and win a couple of 2 or 3 games, could they possibly get in? Maybe, because they will be playing some quad one games. I mean, UConn is too. So, and they get them at home this time. Does the Wildcats have enough? Have they learned enough this year? Because they started the year off bad. They've been hot lately. What do you think?
I'm going Nova stays hot. Wins against UConn.
Okay,
That's right.
you're gonna go Nova, huh?
That's right. Some may say
I think
a
have I
supernova.
have I been home team, home team, home team, home team? I've been home team for a while, haven't I?
Maybe. Yeah, outside of Kentucky, right? And then Bama.
Yeah, I picked UK. I
You
picked
went home
UK and
team.
Bama. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with UConn in this game.
You can. Got it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Huskies. In Philly. So we'll see. It's a tough place to go in and play. So, and Villanova's been playing really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not real sure. But then on Sunday, we have Houston is playing at Memphis. And this is a big game in the AAC. It's not going to matter as far as the regular season goes, but it's a pretty big game for them. So
Houston, we have liftoff.
Does the Tigers have a chance in this game?
No, they're going to lose. But they may have a good game out of their point guard.
Do they still play at the Pyramid?
Are you referring to the oh my God, I'm going Bass Pro? The Bass Pro Pyramid? Believe so. Yes.
I don't know if that's the sponsor name of it anymore. I have no idea.
It is. Well, I don't know if it still is. I'm saying that is the place that they play. Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Houston, I know that they're ranked where they are, and they are a bunch of people's favorite. A lot of people are thinking they're going to be the number 1 overall team in the brackets. Halftime tonight at home against Wichita State, who has had a mediocre season. And by mediocre, I mean just a game or two over 500. Tonight, halftime, they were up 35-33 at home. Now, I've been busy and I don't know how the game turned out. But there have been so many games with Houston this year that kind of stuff has happened. And I don't know. Like, Kentucky struggled all year long with stuff like that too. And Kentucky doesn't have the kind of team that is going to make a Final Four run. It's just not going to happen. Houston,
nearly won by 20.
did they? They were up 2 at halftime.
83-66. So 17-point victory.
So they played well the second half.
It would seem so.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm going to go with the Cougars, even though I think Memphis will probably win this at home.
Mm.
You know what? I'm switching it. I'm going with the Tigers at home.
Mm.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to go Tigers at home.
Okay. Go for it.
That's what I'm going to go with. All right. So on Sunday, I don't have these on the list, but there's 3 Big Ten games that have some bubble watch and some implications. The 3 top teams, Maryland, Purdue, and Indiana, are all playing. Maryland plays at Penn State. Purdue plays home against Illinois. And Indiana plays at home against Michigan. Penn State and Michigan need these games to have a chance, to have any chance to get in. Michigan was playing tonight, and I'm not sure if they won, but they got to win their game, so they can't lose anymore and get in my opinion. But they're all 3 big games. I just wanted to bring them up. We're not going to pick them. I'm going to move on to there's 4 conferences that are going to be crowning a champion over the weekend. The first bid that will the NCAA, that the automatic bid given out, will be Saturday in the OVC.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturday, they're the only conference that has they're the first conference that has their championship, and the OVC will crown their champion on Saturday. I'm going to go out and pick Morehead State to win the OVC and to be the first team to lock up their automatic qualification for the NCAA March Madness. So that's who I'm going to pick. They are the number 1, the regular season conference winner in that conference as well. Outside of them, that conference is not really all that great.
You mean Buckyball isn't thriving in the OVC?
No, there's a couple of teams that are right above, game or 2 above 500, and Morehead State's like, I don't know, 20-10 or 20-11 or 21-10 or something like that. I'm going to go out and pick Morehead State from Kentucky to win this and to win the OVC. And lock up that very first automatic bid to the big dance. And then on Sunday, there are 3 conferences. I've got them listed there at the bottom: the Big South, Missouri Valley Conference, and the Atlantic Sun Conference will be crowning their conference championships. The Big South will probably come down to UNC Asheville or Longwood. I would say it'll come down to those 2 teams. I'm going to go out and say that UNC Asheville is going to win the Big South. Now, I'm not going out on a limb. UNC Asheville is the number 1 overall seed and the regular season champ. So, but Longwood is second and right there. And I think those two teams are a little bit ahead above the other teams in the Big South. So I'm going to pick those two to be there, and I'm going to pick UNC Asheville to win. What do you think on that? I mean, you don't have to pick these. I just wanted to throw these in.
I think those are good picks right now. I was just going to give you a little bit of an update. Michigan is in double overtime with Illinois.
Yeah, they were playing Illinois.
Yep, double overtime right now. And so far, Illinois has a 3-point lead with 10 seconds to go.
Ooh, Michigan don't need another loss. They don't. So then we're going to go on to the Missouri Valley Conference. Okay, and the Missouri Valley is a conference who has 5 20-win teams in it for the season. And I think they have a 6th team with 19 wins, the Missouri Valley. That's a pretty good conference.
That feels that way.
You got Southern Miss, you got Louisiana Raging Cajuns, you've got Marshall, who are all 23-plus wins in this conference. Southern Miss is the regular season winner of this conference. And then Louisiana and Marshall tied for second and third in the standings. I'm not sure who's getting the 2 and who's getting the 3. I haven't looked into it that far, no. But I know that Southern Miss is the leader in this conference, and there are other teams in this conference. Like I said, there is 5 20-win teams in this conference. Marshall's either second or third in this conference, and I'm going to go out on a limb in this conference and say that Marshall, the Thundering Herd, are going to win the automatic bid and the conference championship out of the Missouri Valley Conference. I know that's not a big limb to step on, but they aren't the regular season winner. They're possibly in the 3rd place in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament, and I'm going to pick them to win this conference and to get that automatic bid. That'd be a big win for Marshall if that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also on Sunday, the Atlantic Sun is wrapping up. Now, they were playing – there was a couple of games playing tonight in the Atlantic Sun, and I would like to know, will you look up Liberty versus Eastern Kentucky tonight?
Yes, Liberty versus Eastern Kentucky.
It was going on earlier tonight.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
The leader, the number 1 overall seed in this conference is Kennesaw State. I think they are number 1. Liberty and them tied for the record, for the top record in this conference. And then Eastern Kentucky University was 3rd in the Atlantic Sun. The 3rd best record.
And there's a final in that game, and it is Liberty 79, Eastern Kentucky 73.
Okay. Well, Eastern led most of that game. Did Kennesaw State win? They were ahead by like 14 in the second half. 10 minutes to
Kennesaw State won 80-71.
Yeah. So it's down to the top 2 teams. They were the top 2 teams in the conference anyway. Kennesaw State and Liberty was. So the winner is going to be one of those two teams. That was the semifinals tonight that we were just mentioning. I'm going to pick. This Liberty team has got a good team, but they're a little bit one dimensional. And Eastern Kentucky, who beat them once in the regular season, played them well almost every time that they played them. But they do have some talent. I'm going to go Liberty in this game, even though Kennesaw State looked like the better team tonight. So those are my picks for those four conferences. There are more conferences Monday and Tuesday night, and I'll probably break off the show that we have on Sunday night and pick those 5 or 6 conference championships, kind of like we did the bowl games, and
There you
pick and pick a conference championship in each one of them.
Yep.
But anyway, so that wraps up the college basketball, and John's probably got a list of baseball games, and I do not have the baseball games listed, but we are going. I got that up on the screen. We're going to do college baseball picks, and the way we do the college baseball picks, usually we pick a win the series or sweep.
Right, and I've got a one-off game as well that's in there, so you're just going to just straight pick the game itself, because it's part of a one of these tournaments that happen early in the season. So it just is it's a ranked unranked teams. So just going to go ahead and give you that one. Actually, is the first one. It's Ole Miss and Maryland. And if this sounds familiar, it's because they just played a series last week. So
how are they playing again already?
Because they're in a tournament in the same tournament. So they just got scheduled to play again.
That's just weird.
Usually these tournaments are about 4
they would be in the same tournament.
4 to 16.
2 weeks later.
Oh, just the next weekend.
Was it the next weekend?
Yeah, they played last weekend. Because we did the pick 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we picked the series.
And Maryland beat them, didn't they? Once?
No, Ole Miss won the series. Maryland did beat them on, I believe, Saturday, but this is Friday. This is the Friday game.
All right. I picked Ole Miss to win the series. I'm going to pick them again on Friday.
Okay. Yep. I actually will pick them to win again on Friday as well. Now, the first actual series right here is Wright State at Arkansas. Now, the reason why I picked this is because Wright State has a tendency to make runs late in seasons in order to, they'll be either a 3 or 4 seed in a regional, and they may or may not be able to. They might be able to get past the regional, but they usually make a regional. So,
well, Wright State played Kentucky, not last weekend, but the weekend before last, I think.
Right.
And Kentucky won the series against them.
Correct. Now, the one thing about Arkansas is while Arkansas has been known to be a very dominant SEC team, this year their pitching is not so great.
I was fixing to tell you. So I saw a graph today.
Correct. I retweeted that graph.
Yeah, and yes. Arkansas, I think I sent it to you, didn't I?
You may have sent it to me, yes.
Yeah, I think, or something. Anyway, I saw a graph today where Arkansas is at the bottom of the SEC in pitching so far.
Correct.
ERA.
Their bullpen has not been good.
I think they were in the bottom in both categories, starters and bullpen.
Yeah, but I don't know about starters. I know bullpen, yes.
The bullpen for sure, but I'm pretty sure the starters were there too.
Right. Yep. So, but anyway,
that's not good.
Pitching is not. Yeah, pitching has not been good. Um,
That's not good. I mean,
right,
if you can't pitch, if you
correct.
giving up 8, the bullpen ERA was like 8.7 or
Now
8.6.
you could also look at it because Auburn's got a bad rap on both the starting and the bullpen,
Right
and
now,
that
Auburn was
was
near the bottom in that too.
correct.
Yeah,
They were like
12th and
11th,
13th. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, they weren't that far from being at the bottom, but they're also only have one loss where the starter, it was the starter gave up, but the bullpen also gave up a bunch of runs, and they just couldn't hit their way out of it.
right.
The other games in which the bullpen or the starting pitching has given
So
up a bunch of
who's
runs, they've been
Arkansas?
able to
Oh,
hit
it's
their way.
Wright State. Wright
Wright
State in
State,
Arkansas, and it's
correct,
a
correct.
series. It's at Arkansas, right?
At Arkansas series, Wright State. Yep.
As much as it would be trendy to pick Wright State to win the series, I
Right.
think Arkansas will win 2-1 and win the series.
Right. And I'm going Arkansas in the series as well. Now, next one is Notre Dame at UAB. Of course, I'm picking this to be at UAB. I mean, I'm picking this series only because it is close, close to home. But we also have, one of the other guys in the fanboys that's a big Notre Dame guy. So I just wanted to give shout outs there. And but we have Notre Dame.
Nathan and Colby,
And,
that'd be you guys for the
Mhm.
Notre Dame guys with the fanboys.
Right. And so who do you got? Notre Dame at UAB. Who wins? And do they sweep?
And it's a
What is,
series, and Notre
what is this
Dame's
series?
coming to UAB.
Notre Dame is coming to UAB, playing at the
Mm,
minor league baseball stadium downtown.
okay, playing at Birmingham Barons Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Regents Park. Yep.
I don't know the name of
Regents
it, but
Field.
I do know
Sorry.
that they have Birmingham Barons.
Yep. It's the Regents
Um,
Field. Yep.
I know UAB's got a good coach. I know that he's been there a year or two now.
This is year
Second,
2. This is year 2.
second, yeah,
Yep.
I think, yeah. Um, Notre Dame lost a game or two in that opening series. I know that.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the series to UAB. I think.
You're going UAB with the series.
I think I am.
Yeah. You know what? Me too.
Huh? Yeah, I
Now,
think I am.
this one is for Jay. Jay is still on with us. This one is for Jay. It is South Carolina at Clemson.
Yeah, I seen that. That's a big one this weekend.
This
I
one's
seen.
big.
Yeah, this is a big rivalry. South Carolina and Clemson, and they're playing the whole series. Where's it at?
It's at Clemson.
It's
Unless
at Clemson.
this is one of those that they rotate like
Yeah,
all
they
3.
go back and forth. Yeah,
Well, like I know that Georgia Tech has done a 3-game series where one day they played at Georgia, one day they played at Georgia Tech, and the other day they played at the Braves Stadium.
right.
And so the 3 games were played. I mean, because again, Georgia's about an hour to an hour and a half away from, well, about an hour or so, close to an hour and a half with all the traffic to Georgia Tech's campus. Georgia Tech and Georgia are about somewhere in that neighborhood of time. And then of course the Braves Stadium used to be at Turner, and I think now they play up in Marietta, so it's a little bit further out. But that's about maybe 30 minutes from Georgia Tech. It's still about an hour or so
Right.
away from the University of Georgia, from Athens. So,
So South
um,
Carolina, I know they were ranked and probably still ranked.
yeah, they swept last week, so they should still be.
Yeah, they were like 23rd or something starting out. So
I can
something
give you their
like that.
ranking, at least whatever poll ESPN uses.
Right.
Hold on. I had it.
Is
Now it's
is
not looking.
Clemson ranked?
No, they're not that great. They've got Jack Leggett as a volunteer
It's
assistant, I think.
Clemson softball. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a completely different sport.
I know, but I knew one of them was good.
Right. Let's see. I know why I was not being able to pull it up. I was looking at the Wednesday scores. So it's completely not the thing to do there. So South Carolina is ranked 23.
That's what I
Clemson is
thought.
unranked. Yep.
It's
Now I'm
at
going to go back to
Clemson. So I've got to go South Carolina in the series, and it might even be a sweep.
I'm actually going to go South Carolina in the sweep.
It might even be a sweep.
Okay. Now here's a good one. This one's going to be a good one. Oh, I said this wrong here. All right. Miami at Florida.
Florida's been a little up and down so far, I think. For them to be a top 10 team preseason. They got beat Tuesday.
They did. They got beat by Jacksonville. Yeah.
I've been paying attention to a little bit of baseball stuff since we're talking about it.
Just remember, midweek.
I know it's a midweek game. I know. But they give up 10 runs or something and got beat by Jacksonville.
They did.
And they lost another one. I know.
This is the other midweek game. It was a midweek game, I think.
Yeah, it was a midweek game. They must not have a good week.
I think they have swept weekends and lost the midweek games.
I think that's right. Yeah.
So
and know much about Miami. So I guess I'll go Florida in the series.
Florida in the series?
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
I am going to go Florida. I'm going yet again the sweep.
A sweep?
Yes. I just think the Florida pitching staff on the weekend, plus the offensive weapons that they have, is going to be nasty.
Yeah, you're right. It has been the midweek game that they've struggled at.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So another one of these one-off, or it's not a one-off. This one right here is another team that has made deep runs in postseason. Dallas Baptist at Southern Miss. And Southern Miss just went almost to the wire with Mississippi State and just could not hold on at the very end over the midweek. I believe that was Tuesday.
I think I'll go Dallas Baptist.
You're going Dallas Baptist series or sweep?
Let's go series.
I am going Southern Miss in the series.
All right. So we got that one different.
Yep.
As far as winner.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. One-off game. Two ranked opponents. All right. This is one of those. I believe this one is the Shriners Classic. This is Texas A&M against Louisville. Trying to see if which day this particular game is being.
Texas A&M against Louisville. I seen a little controversy from the Texas A&M team the other day. The coach was upset about something about the fans.
Yeah, so they lost the series against and dang near got swept by Portland, and the fans were yelling things at the Texas A&M players.
Yeah, and the coach wasn't too happy about it.
Correct. He did not like that the fans were. He likes
The
playing in
Texas
front of full in front of full crowds like they have, but does not like playing in front. Does not like that his home crowd is yelling obscenities and things at his team.
Right.
Yep.
And this
is Friday night.
Where's it playing at?
It's in Texas.
It is.
It's not Texas A&M because this is in a.
Right.
I think it's in Texas. I think that's where the Shriner Classic is played.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with Louisville in this one.
Oh yeah, yeah. So this is actually not. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is definitely the Friday game. So you're going Louisville?
I think I'm going to go Louisville.
Yeah. Yeah, give me Louisville. I'm looking at them. Texas A&M has just not been too impressive over the week. They dropped. I mean, they started out as being a top 5 team in the country.
Yeah, they were,
and they've lost 2 or 3. Portland, they've lost at least one midweek game, and
they lost one that opening weekend too.
Yeah, but I mean,
Sure.
losing a game in
it was one of those like round robin,
Yeah,
it was against a good team.
Right. So, but I'll go Louisville right now. Next one we have, this is UC Irvine at Arizona State. Neither team is ranked.
Yeah, but they're both
typically have pretty good baseball teams.
Pretty good baseball schools most of the time.
Correct.
I believe, didn't we pick UC Irvine in another one? Or is that UC Santa Barbara that we picked?
UC Santa Barbara. We have not done UC Irvine. I have either thrown or no, I put UC Irvine to upset somebody over the midweek, I think, but I had done that more in a tweet rather than say it on
I'm gonna go with the
podcast
upset and say UC Irvine beats Arizona State.
Going UC Irvine. I'm going Arizona State in this one. Texas at Cal State Fullerton.
Okay.
Are you doing UC Irvine in the series? Sorry, because this is not a one-off game.
Oh, it's a whole series?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a one game.
Sorry. That this was a series.
Well, if it's a series, then I guess I'll go Arizona State at home.
Okay. Gotcha.
I thought it was a one game thing.
No. Again, Texas and Cal State Fullerton series sweep.
And is that at Texas?
It's at Cal State Fullerton.
That's so weird that the big schools go to Cal State Fullerton.
Why is that weird? Cal State Fullerton is a big baseball school.
I
Also,
know,
both of
but
them have shared a head coach. One of Texas's biggest and best head coaches was also Cal State Fullerton's biggest and best head coach. Augie Garrido coached at both places. The late Augie Garrido.
I know there's some really good baseball schools out there.
Yeah.
I know there is. All of them
Mhm.
California schools out there are
Yep.
really baseball schools.
Correct.
I'll pick Fullerton in this one as a series winner.
Okay. And I am going Texas in this one. Even though Texas just got beat by LSU 3-0, but that was in the ninth inning on a home run in the ninth inning. Allowed LSU to beat Texas. I'm going to go with Texas wins the series against Cal State Fullerton on the road. That is all of the games that I have. Auburn's playing Lipscomb. I think Kentucky is playing. You said Indiana State.
Yeah, it's Indiana
So
State.
I would expect that Kentucky could sweep that.
Probably.
At worst, they're winning the series 2-1.
Yeah.
Auburn should do the same, but Lipscomb is one of those teams that does make the field of 64 for baseball.
What I have noticed so far with Kentucky, they seem to be having pretty good pitching on Friday and Sunday, actually.
That's
And
okay.
Saturday seems like a game where they give up more runs and have lost a game in a series so far.
And that may be that they may end up switching. I would watch to see if they switch the Saturday and Sunday starters.
Yeah.
Either right before SEC play, or maybe after the first 2 weeks or so of SEC play, that they
Yeah.
switch the Saturday and Sunday starters so that they could possibly get wins on Friday and Saturday, and then they'll just have to swing the bat on Sunday. This is so Auburn.
So in that thing where we was talking about the pitching for the Southeastern Conference,
Right.
the starters, I think Kentucky was fourth in the
Okay.
conference.
Yep.
In ERA, and the relievers they were third.
Right.
They have there were like 3.13 or 3.14 or something for the starters, and then the
Right.
relievers was like 2.43 or something like
Right.
that.
And then I'm gonna actually go pull this thing up because I can go see what because I know you had tagged me in it, so I'm gonna go find it.
Yeah.
Yep, here we go. So when you're talking about starting pitching, Kentucky was fifth with a 3.11 ERA, 37.2 innings pitched, 28 hits, 13 earned runs over the 37 innings. So that's one run about every 3 or so innings. It's not bad. 13 walks to 39 Ks. That's a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. That's pretty good. You want to be 2-to-1 or better, and they are 3-to-1. They have a whip of a 1.0885. That is, look, it's pretty good. I mean, you're only allowing 1.08 walks and hits per inning pitch, so you're allowing just over one walk or hit per inning pitched, which means that you're not really giving up a lot of base runners each inning. Your relievers are third.
Right.
With a 2.43 ERA, 33.1 innings pitched, 20 hits, 9 earned runs, 9 walks, 48 strikeouts. That is a little bit better than a 5-to-1 ratio on walks to strikeout ratio, which is pretty good. A whip of 0.87, which again, you're allowing less than one run or walk or one walk or hit per inning pitched. which is really good. If you're doing less than one, you are really good.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, that's if you remember, that was one of the first things I said about Kentucky after they played like 4 games, that they
Yep.
seemed to have some really good pitching.
Yep. So here we go. Auburn, just by comparison, we'll throw my team in there. Auburn is 13th in starting pitching ERA. This is mostly due to the starter on Sunday of the first weekend, where they allowed 4 or 5 runs in less than an inning pitched. So that
They also
blew,
gave up 8 runs this past Sunday too, though, didn't they?
again, allowed 4 runs in the first inning as well. So the starter gave up all 4 runs.
Yeah.
I don't remember if the starter gave up any more
Yeah,
than
I'm
that.
not sure about starter and
So
relievers. I don't know.
with that being said, the Friday and Saturday and these last several weekends, it's not been the same starters every weekend. I believe the first 2 weekends, the Friday starter was the same. It was Chase Allsup, but this weekend, Chase Allsup's not starting this weekend. So he was a bullpen guy through last year. He was a bullpen guy last year as a freshman. This year, as a sophomore, he has started the first 2 weekends on Saturday. There's a possibility, and I haven't gone and researched why he is not starting this weekend, but it is a possibility to strengthen the bullpen. They put him into the pen. I believe they are starting to probably solidify Will Cannon as the closer. However, they have not really figured out exactly what their rotation is going to be. Joseph Gonzalez has had shoulder soreness. That's why he got scratched last weekend, and why I guess he is not starting at all this weekend. They are pitching some new. There are new pitchers that they are doing this weekend. But like we said, they are 13th in ERA as a starting staff. 540. It's a 5.48 ERA, 23 innings pitched, which is very low compared to 46 or 44, 43, 37.
Right. Right.
So that means that they're not going deep into the game. Now, Butch Thompson most definitely had a pitch count going the first weekend.
Right.
So they were not going to go deep anyway.
Right.
Weekend number 2, I don't know if he had the full on pitch count going, but they definitely didn't really go that deep. Again, the hitting for Auburn has absolutely bailed the pitching out. 23 innings pitched, 23 hits, so that's 1 hit per inning. 14 earned runs, 11 walks, and 23 strikeouts. So they're just better than a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which is, again, you want to be at minimum 2-to-1, which is what they are, but you would like to be much better than 2-to-1, and that they are not. They have a 1.47 whip, and again, they're allowing more, closer to 2 walks or hits per inning pitched, which then means that you allow a free base runner and then a hit, and you have now likely given up runs. Relief pitching, Auburn is slightly better. They're 12th. 5.6 ERA, 45 innings pitched, 44 hits, so just under being 1 per inning, 28 earned runs, 25 walks, and 47 strikeouts. So they are less than a 2-to-1 ratio for walks, or for strikeouts to walks ratio, and that is not good. Again, That bullpen is taxed because it has had to pitch a lot because the starters could not pitch deep into ball games. As I said, Butch Thompson is still trying to figure out who his starters are going to be. He's got a whole new lineup this weekend. And I will probably find it in just a second. But anyway, the pitching staff's not been great. The hitting has absolutely saved them. They've got Bryson Ware and Ike Irish and I believe Irish is batting 5, I think maybe 46, and Ware is like 545 or 547. He's like 1 point difference from Ike Irish, and I believe they are either the 4-5 or the 3-4 in the lineup.
Right.
Ware's got 3 home runs in the first 7 games. They have a guy named Justin Kirby. He is, I believe, the 5-hole hitter. I think he's right after Bryson Ware. Anyway, Kirby has 6 hits on the season, 6 hits in 7 games, and you think, not that great, He's not even getting a hit per game, right?
Right.
All 6 hits are home runs. Leads the conference in home runs. He's hit 6 home runs, 7 games. 6 home runs in 7 games. That's really good. 6 hits in 7 games, whatever, But yeah. Whereas,
but when he does hit, it hits with power.
That's correct. Ike Irish, on the other hand, is one of those guys that's got like 14 or 15 hits in the first.
Devin
7
Burks
games.
with Kentucky has had a good. He's
right.
Doing really good hitting and stuff. And then there's another guy I noticed, and I can't remember what his name is right now. I'm still kind of catching up on all this baseball stuff, but he had 6 hits in 1 game the other day with Kentucky.
That's incredible. I mean, so it is one of those again.
He had like 3 or 4 runs batted in, had 6 hits in 1 game.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's stupid. That's stupid good. But
yeah.
I have seen guys get 6 hits in 1 game. That is insanely. I mean, that's incredible. But it is just. There we go. Let's see if I can pull up these stats here. So Bryson Ware has played in. They played in 8 games, not 7 games. 8 games. Bryson Ware has 15 hits in 26 ABs, 4 doubles, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. That's pretty good. For a 6.47 ERA. Nope, that's a 6.47 on base percentage. Reading is essential right now. It gives him a 5.77 batting average. And then, like I said, Ike Irish is 1 percentage point off of Bryson Ware. He is at 5.76. He has had 33 ABs, has 19 hits. He is the team's leader in hits. He is a freshman. He was ranked 39th overall as far as incoming freshmen. It is we're trying to figure out as to exactly how in the heck he made it to campus. That's incredible.
Right.
Bobby Pierce comes in next with as far as batting average, and he's down at 379. He's 200 points behind the leading 2 hitters on the team.
Right. But 570 something is incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible. Bobby, I mean, look, 379 is really good.
Yeah.
And he's 3rd,
Right.
So over 7 games, he has had 29 ABs. He is 11 for 29 with a double and a home run. And Cole Foster at 320 in 8 games has 8 hits over 25 at bats. I believe he hit a home run last night, he went deep last night in the first inning. Auburn scored 11 runs in the first inning yesterday. So, but yeah, so the batting averages. I mean, the lowest batting average of any of these starters is Nate LaRue, the catcher, which is what I expected him to be. He is a guy that is an all or nothing. When he hits it, it's going to be hit very hard. When he, otherwise, he's probably going to strike out. And Nate LaRue, in his 18 at bats, has struck out 5 times. So about a third of the time he's struck out. It's about right. Ike Irish, the number 2 hitter as far as batting average, has only struck out once. So that's the difference right now. He's more of a contact guy. He's not a power guy. He's a contact guy. He's definitely one that finds a way to get the bat on the ball. But yeah, so as I've stated, these guys are guys that can absolutely hit their way out, and they're to save the pitching staff for now. But once they get into SEC play, that's what's going to be the thing that you'll have to really figure out whether this team is good or not.
Well, Kentucky has 3 hitters that are above 375. Devin Burks is 375. And then Jackson Gray, the center fielder, is this batting averages is 417.
Mm-hmm.
And the second baseman is the one that I said had 6 hits the other day. Petrie, I think is how you say his last name.
Okay.
Pitre. I would think maybe Petrie. Might be Petrie.
Yeah.
His batting average is 448.
Could just be Peter.
It could be, yeah. It could be, yeah. I'm not real sure how he pronounces it. I really don't know. So,
yeah.
So I know that Devin Burks has got 2 home runs, 16 RBIs, and that actually leads the team. So, in home runs, but he's their catcher, and I'm not sure if he bats in the 3, 4, or 5 hole, but he's basically their their power. And
one thing to look for this weekend is that the starter for Mississippi State, I believe on Friday night, I have to go and let me look up this guy's name. I don't think I can even pronounce this guy's name. But he is definitely an ambidextrous starter. He's an ambidextrous pitcher. So he throws from both the left and the right. And he'll do it in between. He'll switch. He has a 6-finger glove, so he can wear the same glove and just switch hands in between batters. So if you have a right left batting lineup, he will go right left with you as far as which glove to put on and which way he's going to throw. God, me trying to stall just enough till I can go find the tweet that I liked that he was in it, but I don't think I'm going to find it. So anyway, he is an ambidextrous. Yes, here it is. His name is, good Lord, Sagenti. I don't know. It is, and I'm not even gonna. Durangelo is his first name, and I can't even begin to pronounce Cijntje. Sagenti. I don't know. I'm not even gonna. I'll watch the game and see how the broadcaster pronounces it, and then that's what I'll go with from now on.
Right.
But this guy is a ambidextrous pitcher.
That's crazy. I don't know if I ever seen that or not.
I actually have hit against one.
Really?
I've hit against one in high school. There was one that was from, I think, Decatur. He threw like 85, 86 from the right side, had less control, and threw about 81 from the left side with a lot of control. So
I don't know if I
yeah,
ever seen that or not.
yeah, it was weird, but
Which
I mean,
batters and stuff, but not pitchers. I don't know if I ever seen that.
mhm. So he's not the only one. I mean, obviously, I saw a guy in high school. You know, that was what 20 years ago. I'm coming up on 20 years. So that was 20 years ago when I faced an ambidextrous pitcher. I think I've heard of at least two others since then, and then this guy right here, starting
Yeah.
for Mississippi State. Yep. And like I
Well,
said, there's
before,
video on him. You just watch him pitch from the
yeah,
right side, and then the next batter being a left-handed batter, he'll pitch from the left side, and then keep going. What I
before
would
we
like to
go
see
off
is
the air,
yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say what I'd like
I
to
just
see is a ambidextrous pitcher go up against an a switch hitter, because I would like to see the cat and mouse game
yeah.
as to which side of the plate
Can you
versus which
so
arm
can you
that the
do
guy is.
that? Like you can switch from one pitch to
You
the
can't
next?
switch in the middle of an at bat, but they have to declare which side they're going to be. And I think it would be funny to
What
figure
about
out
on
which
the
side.
mound? Can you throw one pitch right-handed and the next pitch left-handed?
You know, I feel like you can, but I don't think so. If a batter can't switch, then a pitcher probably shouldn't be able to switch.
I wouldn't think
But I think it
so.
would be
Yeah.
hilarious just to watch. Again, I want to see a cat and mouse game between. I want to see in this game, this Mississippi State game on Friday. I want to see him go against a switch hitter, and then
Yeah.
have that switch hitter.
Switch
You know,
from one
yeah, just
from one to the
watch
next.
this now.
Love
They
that.
have the pitch clock and whatnot, and I don't know how that affects the pitch clock when they
Yeah.
both are, you know, playing
Right.
the waiting game against each other, or if they both have to just immediately decide and go,
Yeah.
because
I
that
don't
would
know.
be, again, hilarious just to watch.
All
So,
right. So
that's
today
all I
I
had to
have
say.
been tweeting and tonight Antoine Davis from Detroit Mercy was going for Pete Maravich's all-time scoring record. And they played tonight. They played the number one seed in the tournament, and they were like eight seed out of 10 or something like that. So they were the underdog by like 9 points. Davis needed 25 points to tie the record, 26 to break it. Detroit led pretty much the entire game. Detroit Mercy led the entire game, and they lost it at the very end by 5. Okay. And Antoine Davis had a terrible shooting night
Oh no!
and scored 22 points.
Because I was given that. What if he had 24? Like he would be that close. He'd be one off. Oh my God, he was
And
3
he
off from
and,
tying.
and he shot it. And he shot a 3 at the last shot for Detroit Mercy was a 3, which would have tied the record. He would have tied it with the shot if he hit it. Even if they didn't win the game, he would have tied the record.
Oh my God! And
and
his
he missed
season
it.
is over.
They're under 500, like 14 and 19. I'd say it's done. And this is his 5th year. That's it. Like if he doesn't get another game, that's it. He actually had a shot
To
at the
tie it.
last second to tie Pete Maravich, Pistol Pete's record,
Oh
and
my
missed it.
God!
That's imagine living knowing that you had a shot to tie his record and missed it.
Oh wow!
I mean,
That is
That's pretty rough right there,
I
man. If
mean,
you ask me.
it's
It's
insane that you're
great,
even that
but
close. That you're
it's
even that
great. I
close.
get it, but to know for the rest of your life that you had the shot to at least tie Pistol Pete's record,
Right. Now
and that you missed it.
remind me again. He did this in 3 years, right? Pistol Pete
Yes,
did.
Pistol Pete did it in 3. Nobody's going to touch Pistol Pete's
Right.
average
So
game
he did it.
average
He did it in 3. He did it in 3 years with or
with
without the 3-point line.
with no 3-point.
That's nuts.
He
This
averaged
guy
he
took
averaged
5 years. This guy took
Yes,
5 years to
right.
with the 3-point line.
Yes.
That's nuts.
Yes.
Wow.
Pistol Pete scored, I forgot I seen it, 300 or 400 more baskets, overall baskets.
Well,
Than
yeah,
this
that
guy.
makes sense.
Yeah, it was like 300 or 400 more field goal, baskets than this guy did,
Right.
than Antoine Davis.
Yeah.
But Antoine Davis, he did break the NCAA record for most 3-pointers in a career. He's got like 588 now or something like that, and he has the most in a career. But he shot 4 of 16 from 3-point land tonight, and had the last shot for Detroit Mercy was a 3-pointer, and he missed it, and that would have tied Pistol Pete's record. I mean, I just wanted to give y'all an update. I think that is, I don't know. I mean, just to have to live with that, knowing that you had a shot.
You were right there.
Yeah.
I think that's just, again, that is nuts.
Yep. So
Wow.
Pistol Pete scored 3,667 points in his career. Antoine Davis is going to wind up with 3,664. 3 points shy. And that 3-point would have tied it.
Would have tied it. That's just crazy.
Yep. That is how close he got. And more than likely, his career is over. I doubt the College Basketball Classic or the CBI or whatever invites them at 14 and 19. I doubt it happens.
Oh,
It'll be interesting to see. Invite them just because he has a chance.
Just to give him a shot.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
But I mean, they're not going to make the NCAA or the NIT, but they play one called the CBI, and then there's one even below that called the basketball classic or something like that. Do they give Detroit Mercy a bid,
right,
just so he could break Pistol Pete's record? I doubt it. But anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. I've tweeted about it today and been following it. He also was 7 3-pointers shy of breaking Steph Curry's single season record, and he only hit 4. So he was short on that too.
Wow.
So and they led the entire game. I mean, they were ahead 63-60 and got beat with 63-60 with about 3 minutes to go, and got beat 71-66.
Wow. So they only scored 3 points in the last however much you just said.
3 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 points in 3 minutes.
Yeah. And they led the entire game. Like, now, when I say led the entire game, they did, but it was only like by 3-6. They kept the lead, in that 3-6 range, the entire game.
Yep.
And they were ahead 3 with about 3 minutes to go, 63-60. And they scored. They got beat 71-66. And he had the 3. I think he shot 2 threes in the last minute, but there was one with the last 4 seconds or something left to go, and could have tied the record.
Right.
And missed.
It's nuts.
All right. So our 2023 nonprofit organization, we ask that you can give to this. It is Home for Our Troops. They build homes for injured and wounded vets, and they've been doing this for 20 plus years. Every dollar that you give, 90 cents of that dollar goes towards rebuilding their lives by building homes. And you can give to this at www.hfotusa.org. All right. Now, on Sunday, as far as I know, unless something changes, we are going to do a SEC tournament preview, do a little bracketology talk, SEC schools with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will probably end the show with a recap of our picks.
Yeah.
Is probably how we're going to do that on Sunday. We will do a little SEC tourney preview show and do a little bracketology with that, and where everybody will fall with the SEC tournament next week. And then we will kind of do a recap of our picks. I do have a guest that's supposed to come on with us. He is a bracketologist, and he is from Northern Kentucky. He lives up across the river near Cincinnati, and he is Northern Kentucky Bracketology is his name on his name Twitter, and he is going to be a guest with us on Sunday, and we are going to be doing that at 3 Central and 4 Eastern on Sunday afternoon. So we'll have him on for 30 or 45 minutes and a preview show for the SEC tourney, and then we'll finish it up in about 15 or 20 minutes with kind of a recap on our weekly picks.
Yep.
And then Tuesday, I'm not sure. John was working on some stuff. I'm not sure about what we're doing yet for our shows for next week. But I do know the following Sunday, we're going to have Steve Heigl on again with us, and we're excited about that. The following Sunday is Selection Sunday for the NCAA tournament. He is going to be on with us a couple hours before Sunday, and Big Ten championship is going on, and the SEC will be over with about the time we come on. So we will pretty much know all the conference champions and stuff, and we'll kind of get to finish. We'll be watching some of the Big Ten one, and right before Selection Sunday, and we can kind of go through it all and do some last-minute bracketology talk before the brackets come out on Selection Sunday. So I know we're doing that next week, and that's going to be fun. And John's still trying to line up a little bit of baseball stuff for us. So
yeah,
but that's what we got going on coming up soon. And is there anything else for you, John?
Nope, that's it.
All right. We appreciate you being on with us. We always have fun doing this. We hope you enjoy our basketball and baseball talk right now. And it's finally March. March Madness is here. It's the best time of the year. It's the best time for me. I really love March and March Madness. So happy March Madness, and we will see you on Sunday for an SEC tourney preview.